Today I want to talk you through my top 5 gardening shoes. My name's Becky, I'm a gardener, gardening author and most importantly a product tester for Telegraph Recommended. So when it comes to gardening shoes we're looking for something that primarily is comfortable. Secondly is going to protect our feet both from the bottoms and the tops because there's lots and lots of hazards in our gardens, especially when we're task focused, digging a bed or something like that. And of course we want it to be easy to clean. If it's not easy to clean and it's going to pull loads of mud into our houses, that's less than ideal. So let's have a look at some of my top picks. Here I've got the Hunter Neoprene lined clog. Now this I really like, it's super comfortable. Despite it being a clog, I usually find that these are quite uncomfortable because the sides are either too loose so they don't hold your ankles tight enough and that can cause you to roll your ankles when you're on uneven ground, or the fronts or backs just rub, and this one doesn't do either. This is a really nice blend of this beautifully soft rubber, it's vegan rubber as well, and the neoprene liner, which just makes it feel really soft. The other thing is that they are quite bendy but firm, so the bottoms are really solid, so you can stand on sharp things. For example, we have blackthorn on our allotment and sometimes those branches fall down. You don't want to stand on that, so this will protect your feet from that. They are quite easy to clean, although I have given it a clean and there are a few marks on it, so it's worth considering that it's not going to look quite as pristine after a little while of using it, but it's a really nice shoe for pretty good value, I would say. If you're looking for a budget option, the Lakeland Active Dock Ray clogs are a really good shoe. So they are really lightweight, but they also have quite thick soles, so they're quite protective from underneath, and on the top they will protect your feet as well. It looks like they've got holes in them, but this is actually a solid covering over the top here. They've got a strap which you can have at the back or over the front depending on how you like to wear your shoe. They're easy to slide on and off, so these are really ideal for keeping by the back door, and if you're one of these gardeners who likes to go out with a cup of tea in the morning and just do a little bit of pottering, these are really good. They're nice and light, like I said, so they don't get too hot in there, and they are really good value for money. If you're looking for a gardening shoe that you just need to buy once and it's going to last you for the rest of your life, check out the Blundstone Clogs. These are really lovely. They're a leather clog and they are just super comfortable. They've got a really firm sole, so whilst they do bend, they are quite firm, which just means that you can actually walk around in them for quite a long time. They're going to protect your feet from the bottoms and from the tops. The leather on the inside is lined with this super soft nylon fabric. Feels really nice and breathable around your foot as well, so your foot doesn't get too hot, so that's a really nice choice. Now as you can see, I've worn these quite a lot and they have picked up quite a lot of marks. They're not very easy to clean. I did give these a clean earlier, but because they're leather it kind of gives them a bit of character, I would say. Now if you like the Blundstone Clogs, then you'll probably also like the Blundstone Boots. Now these I get an awful lot of wear out of, and I wouldn't call these a gardening shoe necessarily. They're more of a gardening boot, but if you are looking for something for winter, these are a really good option. Similar story to the clogs, I get an awful lot of use out of these. Now both the Blundstone Clogs and the Blundstone Boots are seen quite regularly around the streets of Chelsea. This is what the Chelsea garden designers are often wearing because they're easy to slip on and off, they look great, they protect your feet, and they really are very hard wearing. Next up we have the classic Croc. Now love them or hate them, Crocs are actually really comfortable. I always say to people, if you don't like Crocs, the chances are you've never tried them. They are really lightweight. They have nice thick soles, so they are quite protective, though I would say that if you are encountering lots of thorns and things like that, they're probably not ideal because they have got holes in the sides and in the tops. The only problem with these is that things like mud can get in, so if you're likely to be doing a lot of digging or something like that, you probably don't want to be wearing a Croc. But because they've got these little holes along the front, everything does sort of fall out quite easily. But if you want something to sit by your back door that you can slip on and off, feels really comfortable, or you just want to go and walk around the garden, Crocs are a really good choice. They're available in loads and loads of different colours as well, so you can get something that suits everybody. They're also a really good option for kids, so if you want to have, again, something by the back door for your children to wear when they go out into the garden, these are a really, really good choice. Again, I just wouldn't dig in them. So that's my review of the best gardening shoes. If you want to read more, you can go and have a look at my article on Telegraph recommended. If not, that's all from me, and I'll see you again soon.